And at first off, you were my best friend. I never intended for that to end, but then it went downhill and things just went worse as it could've, so watch your mouth. Like birds in the winter, it just went south. I thought things would've worked themselves out if we discussed it more when shit calmed down. And I thought we just needed to take time, not let some guy take you from behind and take you out on a date in time. I saw him for the very first time, and you'd heal your heart, but you'd break mine. I found shit out from a friend of mine that you two split some Chardonnay wine, so guess I heard it through the grapevine. Hannah, 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 Hannah. Who's that guy in my seat, sitting there taking my place? You know we've not been properly introduced, I don't think. She says, oh that's right, this is my boyfriend Andres. I guess I hadn't noticed that we were moving on great. It's been a whopping 9 days and already we're going on dates. Fine, I'll get to the point, but next time you tell me to simply cut to the chase, or simply sharpen my blades and going on after that stupid motherfucker Andres. I'll corner him, set him up and make a couple entrees. So next time I talk to you I could wear his darn face, and maybe then you'll look at me and fall in love with wrong, babe. He held you in his arms and pulled your face real close. To his about a kiss, that ain't some basic pose. To find you fucking tagged in on some Facebook post. Now you're out sucking dick, this situation blows. Well I feel so betrayed, I wanna break his nose. But we'll discuss first. Get in my way and I'll do worse. Truly so much worse. So don't complain if this too hurts, cause if your love burns, then I'm about to kill 2 birds. And it all made me uncomfortable. Every person that asked, aren't they just adorable? You gobbled up each promise, you were so gullible. He fed you lie after lie and you never got full. So of course I agree you were relationship goals. And the night I saw you with them, I don't recall you ever telling me that Wall became my new best friend and you became my enemy. The night I went to bed and cried my broken self to sleep, thinking maybe you'd be here if you knew how much you meant to me. And a second off, you're my best friend, and I never wish for things to end. Only wish the best for you and him. But 2 years later you call my phone, telling me how you're now all alone. I thought things were great, but I was wrong. Turns out he was abusive all along. Till after all you did for that guy, he hurt you without batting an eye. So I took a baseball back to his eye, kick and punch him and skin him alive. I can't let him live, he made you cry. After me you'll never hurt a fly. Cockily thought he was so fly, till he got caught in his web of lies. Hannah, 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 Hannah. You called when it was late, just one day out of the blue. We hadn't spoken ages, maybe a year or 2. Acting like nothing changed, just as he told me the news. He tortured you like a sadist, there was so much abuse. Though you struggled to say since he never left a bruise. As if I'd see your face and say you lied, there's no proof. And how wrong was I? Thought I was traumatized, then hung out to dry. But he was not the guy that I thought. Was she still the same girl that caught my eye? So glad she called. But she called me crying and told me he puts hands on her just sometimes, and cheats on her and screams like he done lost his mind. And suddenly right then I put it all behind. I've forgiven you, now it's me who needs forgiveness. And I'm sorry, wow, it's really hard to admit that this all started with a spark and ended in burnt bridges. But he treated you like dirt and got himself on my hit list. While you were such an angel, he'd invert crucifixes. While you were being faithful, he was out screwing bitches. He'd rather sneak around than make you Mr. or Mrs. And now Mr.'s all alone and it's you that he misses. I try to cover things up, but deep down it still would hurt. So help aside your dressing my wounds with a collared shirt. I try to feel this empty feeling, but it didn't work. I can't live without her, even when it's hard to live with her. Didn't know those were signs, cause I was still so immature. But looking one more time, they were God's fucking signature. And finally we'll be best friends, no matter what, till the very end. Through every bump and through thick and thin, I promise I'll never leave you like this. I'll lift you and know you feel sadness in my entire world. So the fact is, when you're feeling down, I'll be right this. I've heard stories of your ex that would make most people want him in a box of wood, buried deep down and life for good. But my story hasn't been told, so should I leave? I hope you tell this one good. And if my side isn't well understood, then hopefully you'll understand the fact that I've always loved you, Hannah.